We're in Olympic National Park here on the Elwha Valley, and we're going to take a trip up to the Glines Canyon overlook. Instead of going straight ahead and going to the west side, we're going to take a left-hand turn and go up the Whiskey Bend Road here. It's a little bit steeper, but a shorter trip, and we're going to get to see a little bit different viewpoint up there at the overlook than we have in the past on our videos. Just some real magnificent maple trees on this part of the road. Tilt you up here so you can get an idea of what it looks like in here. You may be able to see that the roadway is deteriorated here. It's closed, and there's quite a bit of erosion here that tends to happen when they aren't able to come up and do maintenance. This is one of the trails that I have not done yet. Just go from here on Whiskey Bend Road up to Hurricane Hill. We'll have to try to do that later on this summer. Very large old windfall here. It's taking a while to cut this. Give you an idea of how tall that is. Yeah. In the 1880s and around 1890, the peninsula was explored by several expeditions. One of the most famous was sponsored by the Seattle Press newspaper. They sent a party through here in the middle of winter in 1890. That journey is documented by Robert L. Wood's book, Across the Olympic Mountains. I highly recommend it. Very interesting book. And one of the little stories it will tell you is when they were trying to traverse this section of the Elwha, it is called the Devil's Backbone, because this hillside, mountainside, literally goes right straight down to the Elwha River. And when they reached somewhere near this section, they lost one of their mules named Dolly, who fell to her death near here. And it was on this slope. We'll give you an idea of just how steep this thing is as we look straight down. And that goes several hundred feet right down into the river, of how precarious a position this is here. This roadway has sloughed off before, and they've had to rebuild the soldier wall around here. You can see the pipe going through the culvert under the road, leading down into this chasm. And this is the area where the mule Dolly from the press expedition met her fate back in 1890. All right, arriving at the Glines Canyon Viewpoint. This is the east side. Doesn't appear to be anyone on either side. gives us a better view of the spillway than from the other side. It's amazing how much all this vegetation, everything that you see below the tree line was barren when the lake was first emptied. On the way down into the lake bed now, and I'm incredulous of how high these little trees have grown here in the last few years. These have got to be like 20 feet high now. It's been so long since I've been down here, I'm not recognizing a lot of this because it looks so different because the trees are higher, but I'm assuming it goes down this way. I see a little marker here, and I saw something very interesting back behind me as there was a little bit of bear scat that seemed to be, well, here's some more. It's not ancient and it's not new. There have been bears down here, or a bear. I'm going to keep going this way. There's more bear scat. And more bear scat. And a stream right here. And now we're starting to emerge out into the lake bed. Another orange marker. All right, here we are, yeah. Just incredible, there's so much vegetation down here. They call that Windy Point on the map. There always was a pretty hefty wind down here on Lake Mills when you would go boating. You had to be very careful because the wind could come up and swamp your boat. Oh yeah, here we are. Down in the lake bed. I'll move the camera up just a tad. And an orange marker, and yes, here is a way down into the lake bed. I'll lower that, here we go. Deer have been down here. And there's a snake, rubber boa, I think, small one. And we're down lower. Okay, so I'm looking down here. I'm looking out in the distance at something black that might be alive there. I don't know if you can see right there in the distance. I think that's a bear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Has it moved yet? Yeah, it moved. We have a bear down there. See him move? Nice. I think he huffed too. Ah, very cute. All right, well, that means that I'm just going to hook around this way and we're going to skedaddle. I was going to show you the rust-colored rocks because there's iron in those deposits and it rusts so the water goes over it. But so what we're going to do is the way back is there. So he's over there, was in that grassy area and went in there. So we're going to go this way and get out of the lake bed before he has a chance to cut me off. Set this up a little higher here. All right. So yeah, that's the stop of the spillway right up there. So we visited the lake bed and now we're going to head on out. We're now on our way back up where it climbs pretty rapidly out of here. And that bear is back there behind us, but I didn't want to stay down there so long as he may have gotten into range to where we would run into him again. All right, we made it completely out of the lake bed and we're back up to the overlook. When I went down into the lake bed, I saw the height of those trees and the thicket. I kind of had a bad feeling that I was going to see a bear down there, especially after I saw that scat that was not that old. But at least I saw him in an area that was quite a ways away, maybe 120 yards. And then he must have caught my scent because the wind was heading south. That's all for today from Olympic National Park in the Elwha Valley. Until next time, take care.